I was watching an anime where hey, you can look at it. This show, it's about a white blood cell or a red blood cell where
Oh yeah. Osmosis
hey, you
Jones,
can
the
look at it.
anime,
This
yeah.
show. Oh, it's started. People are actually here. All right. We'll continue back exactly where we left off. What do you want from Steven Universe moving forward, Elijah? And go get
Mars, more
your big
space battles.
guest. I thought you didn't like that stuff.
What do you mean? I love space battles.
But you just he said that you thought it was cliche and
it's cliche when they don't justify it and they don't do the proper build up.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, it's very convenient. You know what I mean? Like,
where'd you want them to go with this diamond plot?
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how the diamonds. Something's gonna have to pull the diamonds away. That's literally what's gonna happen. Like, they have to get back to their responsibilities, and they just don't have time to deal with Pink. But they're gonna try and bring her, take Steven away. Yeah.
I actually thought about that, and I was really open to that idea because we're gonna see more of Homeworld somehow, right?
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be weird.
I
and maybe Lars gets to rescue Steven. That'd be cool.
No, I think Steven's gonna go willingly to Homeworld.
Yeah.
Because maybe there's some important business he has to.
No, if they do, they're just gonna kill him.
No, because he has authority as a diamond. What are you talking about? Kill him?
They're literally gonna kill Steven if they're gonna try and fucking pull the gem. They're gonna try and do it. They're gonna try and pull the gem out of him and get Pink to come out.
I don't know. I don't see that happening. Blue Diamond seemed to be showing a lot of concern for him in the preview.
We'll see. Oh wow, we're streaming. Yeah.
Yeah. Another. I was talking to Hoven about this. Another scene that I really loved was during the whole astral plane thing. It kind of very quickly recaps everyone's stories. You know, everyone's unique complexes as Steven talks to them and gives them encouragement.
Yeah. It's very
and
big,
that seems to kind of tell me that's kind of over. You know, we don't need to see any more stories about Paul, learning to, think about herself or Amethyst or anything like that. So with them out of the picture, where is the show going?
It'll come along. I think there'll be something else. I mean, there's plenty of stuff tearing down. Pink Diamond is not enough to tear down what the diamonds have created. There needs to be more dialogue than
to do that. You know, Steven wants to protect the Earth. He doesn't want to liberate all the gems.
I don't know about that.
Well, that could end up being the plot. I don't know.
Okay, here comes Mo. I think
Mo's here.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We can just start the whole thing all over again, basically.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe he agrees to me, maybe not.
Is he coming? What's he saying?
I don't. He was in here just a second ago.
Anyway, get your Robo Buddies friend so we can find out what she thinks. The much less important guest, generally speaking.
Okay, hold on. Wow. Okay, he's just having a hard time connecting.
Oh, okay. He can take as long as he wants. How does the stream sound, by the way?
Stream sounds good.
No, I just wanted to get working properly.
Oh, hello? It's Mo.
All right, Mo. Let us know how you feel about this bomb.
No, wait, slow down. How has your summer been going, Mo?
Just dandy, space dandy, a dandy in space. It's been pretty great. I like it.
Mine's been pretty dandy as well. How are you enjoying this weather?
The weather's both terrible and good, cause
Oh, I've been loving it.
I don't know. The traffic people are barely wearing anything, but at the same time,
that's one of my favorite things about summer, to be honest, Mo.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of sweat. People stink. There's flies everywhere. But it's good besides that.
Also, I associate with people like you do, Mo. So.
Oh no. Also, I like the sunlight just for how nice everything looks, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm not typically a summer person, but I'm feeling it this summer for sure.
All right, cool. So how did you just plowed through the episodes around the same time that I did, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I was watching it every day up until Thursday. I didn't catch the Bismuth episode.
Yeah, same here.
until later on, and then I ended up watching the final episode later on as well. I didn't even know it was a 22 minute special, which is crazy.
Let me tell you the circumstances for this week of me watching the show. Right, I took on a bunch of overtime, and I was doing a 50-hour work week every day. So Monday through Friday,
wow,
I was working 10-hour days, and then walking home. And I did it. I coordinated it intentionally because I realized the only time I'd ever be able to do this is if I had some incentive to keep living. Otherwise, I'd just kill myself. But every morning when I woke up, Steven Universe was there waiting for me, and then I'd watch it and obsess over it. Then I'd come home and I'd watch it again, and it was the best week ever.
Yeah, it's a good one. You have Steve's a good show.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you. Steven's. I just wanted to follow up on what he's saying.
Is that the recent bulk of episodes, not even just this Steven Baum, right, have made me like one particular character I never thought I would ever like. You all know how
Pearl.
I don't mess with Lapis still, kind of. You know what I mean? Lapis still has some issues, including that terrible line at the last episode where she said,
Which terrible line are you talking about?
I felt was.
Oh, you can take several shits right now.
That's why I fucked with my boy.
I was sitting there watching. I was like, get this trash out of here.
Oh, give me a friggin' break. You guys are on friggin', I don't know, you're on Elijah's or something. That was the best line of the episode.
It was a double whammy. Like, the reason it was a double whammy was because I was almost mad. I was like, is Lapis diamond level? Did she take a whole blue diamond?
Yeah, I was like, she didn't, so it would have been a little odd if she did.
I was so bad. I was like, ooh, what fangirl?
I mean, she's got the advantage. She's got water. If there was no water, Lapis she couldn't help. She wouldn't be able to help.
I was actually rewatching episodes, and I think Lapis might be the strongest non-fusion we've met so far. Because think about it for a second, right?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, she has no
I think it was either Ocean. I think it might have been Ocean Gem. When they're going back to retrieve the actual ocean that Lapis took away, right? She makes these clones of the other crystal gems that are as powerful as the real thing, or at least close to it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's ridiculous if you really think about it.
It's water power. If the Earth wasn't predominantly water, she just has the advantage.
That's not the case.
And I don't get why she doesn't like the Earth, because there's so much water. She's so strong
yeah, but
here.
She doesn't actually love water though, does she? Like when Peridot gave her that pool of water, she didn't really care for it.
Yeah, say that there's only one part of the Lapis sort of interaction I really liked in this episode. I think the moment I liked was when she said,
hey.
if I'm gonna keep being chased or something along those lines, or keep getting wrapped up in this stuff, I might as well be a crystal gem. And then the inside I was kind of like, you kind of already were. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you really need to fight for that. But that was a cool little moment I liked.
And it's like, she's been getting punished.
But yeah, I guess my favorite comeback this season, easily Bismuth. Like, Bismuth was the one everyone had to care about.
Because I've always loved Bismuth, so just being given a chance to let her apologize to everybody. No, a lot of people are complaining about that episode and saying that it happened too quickly. How do you feel about that?
A lot of people are you got to say it again. He left.
Yeah, a lot of people are complaining about that episode and saying that it happened too quickly.
Get on your computer, Mo. Get off your phone.
Wait, he's on his phone?
Probably.
This incredible professional live stream?
Yeah.
Man,
what a joke.
Also, Elijah, I'll just say this now. I hate to make a comment like this because it kind of breaks away from the canon of the series, but I don't see Bismuth sticking around for very long. Cartoon Network ain't got that kind of money.
Me either.
To keep that actress around. I know she brings home the
it's the same with Estelle. I mean, that's why they had what's it called for a while, Ruby and Sapphire. Jesus Christ!
No, that's not the case. That's not true. I'm pretty sure both Ruby and Sapphire take more money than Estelle does.
No. Estelle's a big star, man.
Yeah, but Estelle has like a contract with the show in a way that someone like Bismuth doesn't. Like when Bismuth's on the show, she's a guest star. Whereas Garnet is...
I'm sorry. Can I just interrupt for 1 second?
Go ahead.
There's so much shit I like the Steven Baum, man. There's a lot of shit.
This guy gets it. He knows what's up.
No, because like I was sitting down and I was like, the best thing about this Steven Baum is also the worst thing about this Steven Baum, and it's the fact that they want to put all that Rose bullshit to the side. You know what I mean? Like, and I think if you think about all of the all the good things come from it. We only get this wedding because they can overlook that for just 1 second. But we also have this almost stranger attitude where they're pretending like what she did wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, but she was just playing around. She just wanted to be free, guys.
Nah,
it's like,
yeah, but you get, like we said earlier in the episode, we get the sense that everyone is quietly disavowing Rose. Like, the reason Garnet split apart and did the wedding to begin with is because she doesn't want her relationship to be governed by Rose anymore. Because she's so heavily tied to Rose. And Amethyst also says, I'm not responsible for Rose. I don't care about her decisions weren't mine. I didn't start her war. They didn't bring roses to the wedding because they don't want to be reminded of Rose.
They did bring roses.
No, they replaced them. They replaced them with paradox flowers.
Okay.
Like and Rose's, and of course Rose's sword getting shattered. There's a vibe that they're all kind of disavowing Rose, or at least not aggrandizing her the way they have been.
Mm-hmm.
I think a thing I really liked, not even just in this Stephen Bond, but just the last burst of episodes as well, was I kind of like Pearl now. Like, I'm allowed to like Pearl now for a big reason, and it's that it's nothing that she's done is her fault, or the way that she's responded. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like nothing is her fault now that I think about it, because it's like, oh, everything that you've done since the moment you were created was to serve this person, and
yeah, I've always felt that way. Like, I've always understood Pearl's conflict, but then it just I
never put any weight in the like Rose's pink diamond theory at all. I just didn't give a shit about it. You know what I mean?
I barely even interacted with that theory. Like, I knew nothing of it. I didn't know what their evidence was.
Yeah, I viewed Pearl as, oh, she's just this person that hates Greg, a character I like more than you. It's like a character assuming that I'm gonna side with them when it's like, why would I side with Greg? Is awesome.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
But then now, when you see it from the perspective, she must like.
I had my issues, but I'm over them now. I think I definitely like Pearl.
I'm amazed that she could stomach Greg at all. Now that we know the context, like that must be miserable. To imagine that some random dude made Rose disappear for no reason. Like, Paul couldn't have understood what Rose was feeling when she said she wanted her baby.
You're ignoring a big part of the arc. A big part of her arc is supposed to be her gaining her free will. She didn't know she had that. You know what I mean? And now she has free will, meaning that just because to just serve this person, she's at a place in her life where she can get over something like that. She's 100% able to just view Greg as just Greg, somebody that fell in love with the same person she did.
Yeah, and that's cool.
I like that.
Reunited seems to suggest that all those arcs are over. Like, just in the way, there's a finality to it where Steven's, encouraging them, and they seem
the cluster arm wrestling with the ship. Ah!
So friggin' dope. Hoven thought the same thing. We already did all of this with Hoven, but I guess we're doing it again. Yeah, that cluster, everything about the way the cluster was drawn and animated, like with the sinews and the nerves exposed.
Oh my god, it was just like
so.
Say it, Eli. What did you not like about it?
Yeah, he hated the arc. He hated everything. First time he's ever criticized Steven Universe. He didn't like it. He didn't like the Reunited.
I like Reunited, yeah.
He didn't like the fight. He didn't like that Lapis is back. He didn't like something about the diamonds. I don't know. His criticisms were really weird.
Well, here's my thing.
It doesn't match up. How are they more afraid of Jasper and Peridot than they are of freaking Yellow Diamond and Blue Diamond?
Well, what do you mean afraid? What are you talking about?
Like, they're like, I don't know. They should have just they're still renegades. Like, they still had plenty of shit to worry about. But now it's just like, oh, it's okay. What makes it okay that Yellow and Blue are there now? Like, they just seemed very casual about the whole, almost casual about the fight. Like, they were gonna be okay. Like, I was just
I agree with you. But I think a big part of that whole thing was supposed to be, I don't know. I don't necessarily think it was the right way to go about it, but I guess the vibe was supposed to also mesh with the whole marriage episode where everyone's trying to get over things, and it's like, I don't know. Garnet kind of had that moment where she was like, "Oh yeah, you can't ruin this day for me. It's my day."
I think I thought that was a little petty of Garnet to say, but then I realized what she was doing. She was baiting her into thinking that that she was groveling at her feet when really she was just prepping her to get Lapis to drop the bomb on her. In the best moment of the episode.
I mean, look. Even if you don't really mess with the bomb as a whole, I know for a fact you had to mess with some of the art design on this show. Like, you have to mess with how Peridot looked in that dress, which was awesome. You have to mess with how we had a suit dress.
Deployed, sir. Wedding commander.
Oh my god! I know you mess with that tiny moment where Ronaldo is fully suited in armor and the sword, and
Hogan mentioned a lot of the same stuff that you're
Come on,
up.
that shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I loved it. Just a lot of visual humor. Also, like Bismuth and Peridot, you know, like broing out. I loved it.
Yeah, I wonder where that's going. Like, if they're gonna be cool with each other.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, but Mo, here's the real big thing. How do you feel about that ending and that promo for the next episode? What are you thinking?
What's the promo of the next episode?
You didn't see it?
No,
well,
I didn't.
The Diamonds are in Beach City. They're talking to Steven about who Pink is and how he doesn't have the memories, and how they believed this whole time that the attack they did on the Earth destroyed all gems, and then he introduces them to a monster, like a corrupted gem, which is Centipedal, and that's where they end.
But I mentioned Centipedal is one of my favorite gems.
Yeah, she's coming back. She's coming back. So they're introducing Centipedal and her crew to the Diamonds just to show what the attack meant and what it did.
Hard to believe that the Diamonds, or at least 2 Diamonds, or even 3 Diamonds at this point, if you count Steven, do not have the power to like fix a corrupt gem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do like that.
It's not like you can reverse.
You know,
it's not like you can reverse. What do you call it?
What?
It's not like you can reverse. What do you call it?
Schizophrenia. Dementia.
No. You know,
a broken arm.
Tumor.
What's the disease you get after you get hit by a nuclear bomb?
Anime disease.
A mutation. Getting mutated.
Yeah. You can't. I mean, there's no cure. You just kind of have to.
Yeah. I like the fact that there is a finality in that. Like,
but I mean, look, the mutation thing. Like, if you're comparing it to that, it's like it's supposed to be the genes get scrambled. Like a whole bunch of like genes get messed up, right?
Yeah.
If it would like. It would just be, I don't know, it sounds like I'm oversimplifying this, but they would have to correct what like the genes and remove whatever got fucked up to begin with. And I think if they managed to do that, that would be dope. And here's my whole thing.
That'd more or less just be making a new gem, though. Like, rather than fixing...
And but they've done that before. They've made gems before. Like
so why not just make gems instead of trying to fix these? Like, the way Garnet describes it, as if
oh, God. You're bringing up a whole philosophical discussion.
Yeah. Instead of breaking, like, MC Bebe breaking his arm, it'd be like if MC Bebe broke the fabric of his mind. Like, if you were to remove the parts that are ruined and then replace them, you'd be replacing them. You know, you'd be replacing their minds. They're gone, basically. You know, like when Jasper just became a beast in front of their eyes, Jasper ceased to be and became a beast.
That's true.
Yeah, it's upsetting to think, but I don't think that you could really ever fix that.
You can never. You think that like Jasper's never gonna go back to being the Jasper we knew before?
Nah, I don't think so. She got AIDS. She shouldn't have done what she did.
You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that was not wise. I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know if she didn't get what corrupted gems were or what, but that was not wise. Anyway, Elijah, where's your friend? Where's Robo Buddies? Isn't she excited to be in the stream?
She hasn't said anything back to me yet. She's not around right now.
That's a shame. And yeah, Mo, I asked this to Hoven and Elijah. What do you want from the show moving forward now?
Okay. I think it's less so what I want to see as opposed to what I don't want to see anymore. I don't want any more redundant episodes about Steven, because I think a lot of the recent arcs he had,
all season 5 was all about Steven. I mean, the whole show's about Steven, but
no, but I mean
a lot than ever.
But you know what I mean when I say that the storylines are super redundant. Like that. Remember that one episode where he goes back into Rose's room and meets Rose again? Remember that episode?
Oh, that episode was not redundant. That was redundant. That was the episode where he finally reconciles.
You mean Storm in the Room? Yeah, I remember that.
That episode was. That was the Rose Quartz episode. That was the different Rose Quartz episode that really made us think differently.
I'm not gonna lie, that did annoy me.
Yeah, to me, what I love about that episode is the fact that it's him, you know, he's juxtaposing the idea of who Rose is that he's been told about since he was a kid with the reality of the things he's learned over the course of the series. Like, and she becomes evil in front of him. Like, she goes from being this sweet, loving thing and then becomes like an evil villain right in front of his eyes. Like, I loved that. But then I imagine, obviously, when you're getting as few Steven Universe episodes every year as we are, that can feel annoying just because we're wasting time.
Also, I think that episode felt a little bit sloppy now that I think about it, because like that whole moment he had with his mother wasn't real. Do you see what I'm saying? It was his version of what he thought of her as, and even her turning evil, and even her turning evil. That's just a reflection of what he thinks. None of that is anyway indicative of like who she actually was.
Yeah, so it was just him dealing with his feelings in a very drawn out visual way.
You get something out of that. I think that's painfully pointless. I feel like that didn't need to happen.
It's a bit like mindful education, you could say. Like, because again, mindful education is just him dealing with things that have already happened, but they're just the feelings are just now catching up with him.
And also that little mini arc, like another redundant arc that they had, that mini arc where Connie wasn't down with like Steven. I didn't like that either.
The same thing.
It didn't really. I mean, it would have meant a lot if.
Didn't do already.
No, it would have meant a lot if Connie something actually happened to Connie where she became like, you know, a bit more useful, or she did something.
I was listening to them talk about it on the Steven Universe podcast. I don't know if you're familiar with this, Elijah, but it's a podcast, but they talk about Steven Universe. And the writers basically said that what they were going for was to just make you think, just make the viewer think more in a bit more depth and meaning about what it is to like martyr yourself in the way Steven did, and how it's actually more selfish thing to do. Yeah.
No,
so,
I know what you're talking about. So yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, you know, somebody said, Emo said, "I'm calling it now. Blue and yellow are gonna be like, oh shit, we should go report this to White." They leave and go into a filler for a hell for a filler hell for a year.
That would be that'd be frustrating.
That would be just like
I don't see this show going on the air for much longer though.
If I get any
Yellow
more,
Diamond has to see this. Now it's got 4 more seasons.
No, it's not got 4 more seasons. You're out of your mind.
Definitely, it's got 9 seasons.
No, it doesn't. Who the hell told you that?
It's renewed up to 9 seasons, man.
No, it's not. That's not confirmed. Only recently did we even find out that there was going to be a 6th season. And that wasn't even from a press conference. That was just from an Instagram post.
No, sir.
If there are 9 seasons, we are cursed, by the way, for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Like one big reason is that Steven Universe has made it painfully clear that some of the loose threads that it has are never going to really be revisited.
Like what, Doug? They just did it all and reunited. What are you talking about? It was badly done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That shit's bull. Like bringing back the cluster and being like, yeah, we in the cluster are boys now. You suppressed.
You know that's exactly how I felt.
Wait,
dude.
Hold it. Of course, Steven communicated with the cluster using his powers. You know.
I don't know.
No, he didn't.
Only enough to bubble this shit, dog.
Yeah,
this is what he. Let me go back to it. This is what he did. He went down to the center of the earth with Peridot. He barely communicated with them because his powers weren't at the level they could have been, right? And what he did was he built a relationship with 2 strangers within the cluster and did that for a few of them, and eventually they started making relationships of their own. He calmed them, he silenced them, he put them at peace for a bit. And then what happened was
that doesn't make them fucking boys. That doesn't make the cluster of crystals.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. My whole point is.
But here's where you can do some mental gymnastics. The clusters would have how do I say? They would not like the diamonds if they knew if they were aware of the diamonds. I'm pretty sure they'd be like, these motherfuckers are the one who did this.
Also, my question is
more complicated than it needs to be.
But the thing that bothered me was like the thumbs up and shit like that. Like, come on, twice.
Wait, I have a question. How did they even unify their consciousness for long enough?
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I know. I feel you. I feel, man. It's suspect, dog. I'm telling you, that whole episode's suspect. Dog.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Elijah, I love it though. It's dumb, but I love it.
Let me tell you about the cluster real quick. Okay, so they've been
the cluster's my boy.
They've been described before in the show as like something that is like in constant
need the cluster to go way back.
Right.
Giant geo weapons. That's what they were describing.
Yeah, they're a thing that they're like splintered, like loose nerve endings that are constantly in pain. And Steven simply put them in a bubble to heal them. You know, keep them safe in the stasis of the bubble because we know that they won't hurt themselves and they're comfortable there. So they've of course, they're grateful to Steven for doing that. Then someone comes thumping on the Earth, destroying their bubble. So they
bad.
So they form an arm and they destroy the threat. It's very simple.
I'm so mad. I just remembered some. I just acknowledged something right now.
What?
So they had that amazing arc with Peridot, and it's like, look what happens when we have this arc dedicated to this one character and then becoming a crystal gem. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And now there's the rest of them. All of this massive bull called the Cluster, and we're gonna convert them to our side because they turn into a giant hack.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Again, it's not that simple. You know, no, it's much more simple, is what I'm saying.
Peridot got some tender loving care, and as far as getting redeemed and becoming a crystal, becoming somebody who loved the earth and ultimately a crystal gem. Nobody else. She's literally like.
And Jasper got the Palmer bus. She's on the bus forever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no Lars, no Jasper, none of that shit.
Wait, is Lars a crystal gem?
I kind of like Lars.
Dude, okay.
I like Lars.
Tell me this would be badass. Tell me when Garnet holds on to fucking Blue Diamond, above him is fucking Lars on top of the fucking star incinerator about to fucking open fire.
Stop. If you're telling me that he gets Lapis's moment, 100%. That makes all the sense.
My boy!
But wait. That actually makes sense though. The whole idea was that he had this mini arc, right? Where he was confronting the fact that he's a massive bitch and he finally has to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the perfect culmination. He's finally back on Earth. He's able to see his family. He's able to see Sadie again. And he gets that awesome moment and everyone's like, oh, look.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean much for him to...
It would have been dope. Blue Diamond would have been like, what?
The final
Space
thing.
Pirates?
No. One more thing. And the cool kids finally respect that. Come on, man.
They were like, whoa.
Oh, please. Give me
they were like, Lars is the coolest. He would have jumped out. Bingo bong.
I'll say
Fuck
this.
Laughing. Fuck laughing.
It wouldn't have meant anything for Lars to be the one to take out Blue Diamond.
My dick would have been rock hard.
Dude, it would have been the perfect combination. It would have been the end of his arc. It would have been like, oh yeah, now he's finally back on Earth. And look, think about it right now.
My dick would have been diamonds. Like.
Listen. Everyone and their grandma is becoming a crystal gem. All of those people in this ship, crystal gems. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do it. Come on.
Hell yeah! Oh, that would have been way better backup than fucking bitch ass Lapis. Fuck Lapis.
It wouldn't have meant anything for Lars.
No, it's true.
Come on, you see it in your head and you like it.
It wouldn't have meant anything for Lars to be the one to take out Blue Diamond, because Lars doesn't.
He didn't have to take her out. He just had to join the fight.
Yeah, with Lapis, it really means something because like
it don't mean shit. Lapis sucks ass. She's a coward and a hoe. She's a thought, dog.
Can I just say something? The Paul arc actually made a perfect. Look, dude, the Paul arc is the best way of kind of showing how you can hate a character one day, but then under a new context, absolutely actually like them. You know what I mean? But they did such a sloppy job with Lapis. They give it that bullshit episode where they go to the moon.
Bullshit episode, and then the pale rose came out right after that. It's like, wait, Lapis who? What the fuck?
You said you enjoyed the Can't Go Back episode.
Yeah. Okay. First of all. And then what did I say after that? Completely overshadowed by a pale rose.
The greatest episode of all time would have been overshadowed by a single pale rose.
Here's a short tangent because we're talking about that similar bubble of episodes. Jungle Moon is one.
Yeah, Lars of the Stars and Jungle Moon.
Jungle Moon is easily one of the most beautiful episodes of Steven Universe ever. Like if we're talking about backgrounds, it looks.
I actually kind of disagree.
Go back.
I thought Jungle Moon didn't. I was a little disappointed that it didn't really feel as alien as the episode wanted to.
My God.
It looked like sleek and like it looked like a Steven Universe episode. You know, it looked crisp and sleek.
No. That looks better. That looks better than a lot of Steven Universe.
Yeah. It just didn't feel like that enough of an alien planet to me. Like it felt like just.
I mean, maybe they seek out. I'm just saying. I'm probably they seek out similar type planets. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Also, yeah, that would actually make perfect sense for one reason and one reason only. Because remember how Steven was slowly deciding to go on missions with the rest of the Crystal Gems?
Yeah.
They'd obviously, and then you know how like Garnet would go on. It makes perfect sense. You know how Garnet would go on missions by herself because she's the only one that could like dive into straight lava and like.
Yeah, and also because of the future vision and such.
The way they organize the teams that go on has to be based on who can actually deal with the conditions. You know what I mean? It has to be like that. That's why they only take him on that goddamn cheeseburger pad pack mission.
Yeah.
Hell
Alright,
yeah.
so what did you think of this story, Heart of the Crystal Gems arc overall, both of you?
Sucked ass.
But there's lots of problems. There's lots of problems.
It could have been way better, dude. This is like the first time I've kind of like been like.
I did not expect this from you guys. You know,
I love Steven Universe, but I can tell you I ain't feeling it.
Dude, give me this. I'm gonna say this right now. First of all, I'm gonna say two things. One thing is about how Elijah's reacting. When you love something and you hold it to such a high standard, you are gonna be more critical than anyone else in the room because you love it.
Yeah.
And Elijah does love Steven Universe more than anyone I know.
Yeah,
he loves it to death. And here's another thing I'm gonna say. The second thing I'm gonna say is that Universe fan. I can be 100% aware of all of the flaws I'm seeing on screen while what's it called, still enjoying it. Because at the end of the day, I haven't seen these characters in like 2 months, right? Or maybe 3. How long, you know what I mean? And I'm getting to see them again, and I'm gushing at how fun it is. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying myself, and yeah, I mean, not enjoying Steve Universe is better than not having Steve Universe. At least at the moment I'm watching it. And
absolutely, yeah,
exactly. That's it.
So you liked the arc overall?
No,
I like that we got more Steven Universe. I don't think the arc's that good, to be perfectly honest. Like,
and I had a ton of fun. I can just say that I had a lot of fun watching.
It could have been way more fun though. I think they missed a lot. They had a lot. I don't know. I think it's because all their writers are leaving, man. Like you know, Ian Jones, really? Corey left. Yeah, dude. Ian Jones, Corey, and then
Ben Levin and Matt Burnett left.
They left. Craig on the Creek, you're missing that like really good character. But even though they did work on these episodes, I'm pretty sure they did help write on these episodes.
They did. I know.
Yes, according to Rebecca Sugar, these episodes have been in production for years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can tell just looking at them that they have a great deal more.
I don't know, but I think when it comes to ironing things out, like that's when the writers really come through, and that can happen like with the reshoots and doing all the stuff on the very end, which they're not around for. So you got Ian Jones Cordy, who's not a part of the original team anymore, doing OKKO. You got I
have something to say. I have something to say about that. Even though Ian isn't a member of the crew anymore, that man lives in the same house as Rebecca.
Yeah, when Steven Universe got leaked, he spoke on the behalf of the team, and I was like, "Wait, what? You don't?"
He's still on the podcast.
That motherfucker's a shadow boss, dog. You know that motherfucker running shit in the shadows. I mean, I suppose so, but he can't touch. To be fair, I don't think
has a hand in OKKO in small ways.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
she definitely does for a lot of reasons. Like I think, like his role he played as supervising director, and also the fact that know.
Can we talk about all the little crossovers? Like Koala Princess is in fucking OKKO, and then if you're watching Craig on the Creek, he's singing the theme song, the fucking Tiny Butler and shit. I was like, that's adorable.
Yeah, that is.
Also, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that ending song that Rebecca did for OKKO is still one of the most gorgeous songs she's ever done.
It's super dope. Yeah, it's really good.
What you see is 24 connected pieces.
Also, fun fact that song's about animation. 24 connected pieces. 24.
Yeah.
We know, Doug.
We're not dumb. Very blatantly. Thank you for coming.
Man, let me show up my interesting factoid. Goddamn it,
man! But she tells you, she says it.
Elijah, where is she? Get her in here.
Nah, okay. I'll see if I can invite her.
I told everyone on Twitter that we're gonna have a big guest.
There's like 10 people.
Okay. Can I just say something I really like? Like, I thought it was hilarious when Greg was talking about the fact that he found out that Rose was actually Pink Diamond. Then he said, "I mean, I didn't tell her I was Greg the Mayo," and I was like,
"Yeah, I didn't tell her I was the Mayo." She didn't give a hey.
Greg's best line was when he said he was going to throw on the old universe charm Like people have been going crazy about that. It's just like,
yeah.
At least he figured out the pattern clearly. Of just
I went back.
If someone tries to terraform your planet, just have sex with them. It's cool.
I went back and watched like the original season of what's it called, Steve Universe, and I remember there was a line where like Greg says something like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry to let you down, Steven, but I can't perform at the the Beach City Festival, whatever." And he says, "You're gonna let everybody down." He said, "There's only 15 people," and I'm like, "Shit." There's only 15. I love that shit. Also, you look, listen, man. His whole song is a quote. Remember that second episode where he appears for the first time and he has that whole song about like, "Let me drive my van into your heart." Come on, man, classic.
I know I'm not that smart. I know I'm not that smart.
Look, Greg is top 5. I don't give a shit, man.
Yeah,
Greg's top 5,
and he's been getting better and better with every like season, in my opinion.
I feel like the only time Greg has ever been annoying was that episode after Ocean Gem where he fakes breaking his leg. That was a little bit, but even then that shit was a little bit sweet. But it was annoying at the same time. It's like, go home, you know.
That must be pretty demoralizing that your kid just belongs to a bunch of people that don't really respect you.
But I think the one time that kind of got hammered in was when I don't know if it was the extended opening or an actual episode, when we get to see Greg watching them build the house around the temple.
Yeah.
And then like Steven actually moving. Come on, man. That shit was crazy. Like I was like, damn, I can't imagine like losing your wife and losing your kid.
Mind when she wanted to make a kid, like that Steven would just Greg would give it to the gems, basically.
I mean, according to certain revelations, Rose didn't use her mind enough. So I think every decision that isn't like something she would do is probably the right one, to be honest with you. Like at this point.
Yeah, she was not terribly bright when just looking at the raw data. She was
apparently she was only a good leader when she was fighting a revolution against herself. Like according to
I never spoke to you about it. How did you feel about the single pale rose reveal?
I think for something that was super predictable, but at the same time I didn't want them to do, I thought they did the best they could.
How can that be predictable? Nothing about that. How can you predict that it's all the theories in one?
I personally...
I don't think it's all the theories in one, mostly because I haven't really been following theories like that. I knew it was V theory.
Okay, so...
It was V theory. It was the one theory that everyone thought about.
The theory is Rose's...
Oh, God,
Rose's pink diamond, and then... The whole episode the whole season's feeding the whole this thing that it had to be Pearl because of the trial and how they it was set up from there.
In the trial they very clearly build up Pearl.
So Pearl killed Pink Diamond. So she how could it be Rose? And then it's just like okay. And then the episode's like they're in cahoots. They were fucking Bonnie and Clyde that shit.
Wait! I just realized something really obvious, and I feel like you guys are gonna think I'm stupid for just realizing this now.
What?
Lion is pink is because the lion died. Like one of those lions from before died, and
she had in Buddy's
and died, and then she revived it the same way Steven revived Laws, right? That's why it's pink.
That's exactly right.
That's why he has a different skin. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm back on
That was also a pretty big hint. The fact that Lion and Laws look exactly like Pink Diamond.
Yeah, wait, that's okay. Why did I just realize that? That's fucking stupid. Like the whole thing of like his hair being connected to the same pocket dimension as Lion's. Man, I'm dumb. Continue. Like it doesn't matter. It's stupid.
Yes, I think with season 5 they made it a bit more obvious, but I don't think it was predictable. Like even knowing all the theories and whatever, I don't know. I don't think you could be expected to predict that.
I think it's predictable in as much as any theory was, because like everybody knew that theory, even if you barely watched the show, you knew people thought that.
Yeah.
And I think a big thing for me is the reason it was so surprising. Predictable in that, okay, now that I think about it, this is the one theory that everybody's had since the beginning. But the reason I was surprised was because you'd think that's something they would have at the end of like a season 3 or a season 2, you know what I'm saying? But like all this time later, we finally find out this big piece of information.
It really vindicates Paul, I think, because everyone's become a lot more sympathetic towards Paul since.
I like her a lot more. Also, I not only do I like her more, I hold even more resentment to people that like Paul before this reveal. I'm like, so
I've been loving Paul the whole time.
I was like, No.
How could you love her without any justification?
Exactly. Facts. Tell him.
Well, here's the thing. I don't need really an excuse for characters to be behaving poorly, because the point is that the character is behaving poorly. You know?
Whatever. You like Lapis. You love trash, dog. All right. I don't need to hear this shit.
I don't know if you heard of her, Elijah, but there's a chick called Leah C who makes the Steven Universe videos, and she was talking about Paul recently, and she made me like Paul even more, because she likened.
That's fine. I think Pearl. You know, I'm.
Yeah.
You hate her, Pearl. Pearl's been fine for a while.
No anymore. Look, listen. The first time I started to warm up to her was Mr. Greg, and I was like, finally, you're doing something an adult should do.
Mr. Greg should have been like, okay, I like Pearl now. She's fine. She's great. That should have been it.
No. I'll tell you why it wasn't it. Because after that, they had that dumb flashback episode where she was acting like a punk bitch again. Remember that shit?
Wait, you mean 3 Gems and a Baby?
It was a flashback. You can't help it.
No, that's
I don't want to see it ever again.
I watched 3 Gems and a Baby yesterday, and I think Paul was acting incredibly reasonable given the circumstances. Like, it's one thing to just be acting like a cuck, but then she's acting against her programming.
Look at this filthy Paul supervisor. Look at this guy.
like she was not built to be able to do something like this. Like no gems were. Like it's really wild when you think about it.
Next.
How could she not hate Greg to death? Like, because he already stole the woman that she'd loved for millennia and that she was made for.
Next thing you're gonna say, next hot take you're gonna have is something like Lapis deserved to take the whole bond with her when she went to the moon.
No. I have very strong feelings about that. That was messed up. How dare you leave the meat morphs on the moon? That's wrong. I think that was a commentary about
it's better for her to destroy
wives.
Right, I mean, Nakablue Diamond though. You're okay with that, but she just destroyed all of it.
No, that was.
I just realized something. Not only did she take all that shit to the moon, she didn't use any of it. She just had it to have it.
Why she had it because it's just something that reminds her of home and helps her cope. Like,
selfish, man. Go back in the mirror. What the fuck?
Yeah, please, damn. Fuck Lapis, dog. I need Lars, dog, with the Sun Incinerator. That would have been way better. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's like, oh yeah, Lapis, my poor baby. I'm like, your poor baby took a hole.
I was expecting Lapis to get shattered. Because the show, because remember,
dude, if they shattered Lapis, I would have been like, my dick.
You would have stood up and cheered.
I would have been like, yes. Oh my god!
I would have done all that. I think Lapis has some good qualities. I just think a lot of the ones
I would have been waiting for the tears of all these fucking thirsty ass fucking anime girls and boys on the internet. Why would you kill Lapis?
If you guys remember the Back to the Kindergarten episode, like the point of that episode is that you can't always like fix things. You know, you have to move to the new land, and you know you need to fix that. You can't worry about this.
And Lapis is shit.
You know who Lapis is?
That sounded to me like the show was telling me that Lapis wasn't savable.
Lapis is every archetypal edgy good guy ever, and I'm not feeling it, man. I'm just not
cliched as fuck too.
I felt worse than come on, man.
Lapis is dope. You guys are wrong.
You're wrong. Enjoy your trash, dog. Your trash character.
But she's.
I mean, Elijah. We can agree on this. The fan art fire. The fan art's fire, man. I like. She looks good.
Only if Jasper's with there.
Oh,
but then,
do you think we're ever gonna see Jasper again?
God, completely. I don't know why they treat Jasper that way. I don't get it.
This is what's gonna happen. Jasper's gonna show up, right? She's gonna. I know what's gonna happen is that Paradox gonna grab White Diamond's leg, and then Jasper's gonna headbutt White Diamond, and then she's gonna be like, "I felt worse," and then you're gonna be like, "This is the best thing ever." Because they're gonna do exactly the same shit all over again. That's what this show does.
I don't know
what they're gonna do.
Jasper, because she's so, you know, she's so.
I haven't gotten a response yet, but
something tells me Robo Buddies doesn't want to come. I think she saw the numbers and you know.
That's not a big deal. She's always
quite worth her time.
No, she's always down to chat. She knows who you are too. So
what are you talking about? How'd she know who I am?
Because you're in the Discord, and I told her who you were.
Oh wow, she knows. That's interesting.
I mean, your channel's not that, you know. I mean, you guys aren't far apart as far as numbers are concerned.
Well, I mostly associate her because of that huge Steven Universe video she did, which had like 1 million views.
Well, it's been deep for any money. It's just like publicity. It's just like whatever publicity for other videos. So that's the.
Alright, is anybody in the chat with any questions?
There's like
feel free to ask any questions, as long as they have to do with Steven Universe.
Technically, there's like 6 people watching if you include me and you.
Oh,
so
okay. And okay, I'll ask you this, Mo. What was your favorite episode of this bomb?
Can you repeat that?
What was your favorite episode?
Well, I like the finale, but I think overall the best episode is the bismuth episode. I like the bismuth episode.
The bismuth episode was fantastic.
My favorite's got to be the first one. The very first one where they're talking about how Rose, what Rose's Pink's and Rose's motivation were for doing all this stuff.
You weren't feeling the Cowboy Ruby episode?
Oh,
no, I'm just talking about my favorite one, and I'm just you know.
I'm gonna give
that
it
was my favorite.
Maybe the Amethyst episode or the finale, but also the bismuth. I also loved the bismuth episode. So.
Ruby said one of the most #relatable things ever, where it's like, oh yeah, today was fun, but like they would have. I can only think about how much more fun it would have been if Sapphire was with me, and I'm like, that's fine.
I'm actually gay as fuck.
I've never.
She just turned around and was like, I'm still gay as fuck, Steven. Guess what?
I've been lying.
I'm still thinking about Sapphire. I can't help it. I need her.
I'm gonna wear the shit out that dress.
My mind's telling me no, but my body.
Can we just talk about how fire that was? Like the fact that like everybody in that grandma thought that Sapphire was gonna be the one wearing the dress, but then Ruby was, and then Ruby see Sapphire with the full suit.
You know what blew me away? That's funny.
And then the fucking Janelle Monáe suit dress thing.
You guys are talking
a mile away. Like,
you guys are talking about
the whole design.
Playing around with like gender.
It was crazy. I liked it.
All right, first of all, y'all ain't talking about the real shit, the real fucking mind blowing shit. Sapphire has fucking legs, dog.
Tomorrow.
Sapphire has legs, and they put her in a suit to show off her legs. Hello? Can you hear me?
Tuesday.
Hello?
Yeah?
Hello?
Yeah,
Sapphire has fucking legs. She had pants on.
Yeah, she did.
Oh,
She wasn't floating around either.
I mean, I have a big question, and it has something. It's kind of similar to like her, like what's it called, Sapphire having legs.
What?
You know when you look at Blue Diamond, you know how she has the sleeve sort of robe thing going on, and her hand just kind of goes.
That Dark Souls robe.
Is there any more arm, like what, like beyond the cloak?
Yes,
like,
yes, there are. We've seen them. We've seen the outlines.
No,
and
but
also,
no,
when
but
she
like,
gets her hood knocked off in the recent episode and she goes all gangster, we see.
Oh my god! Can we just say the Blue Diamond is easily the best design?
Yeah,
like,
Blue Diamond is my absolute favorite. I love Blue Diamond.
All of them look great. All of them look amazing. But I think the Blue Diamond for me just is like there's so many great design elements on just that one model that I think is amazing. Like the eyelashes, the hair look amazing. The design of it looks great. Great design. Yeah. Like fantastic design. The dress looks amazing. She was just
drawn with like a lot of profession. Like she
was
my
god, there's so much I like about
very detailed like expressions and movements too, which is not usually the case with this show. So I loved it.
Y'all sleeping on fucking
But then Yellow shows up and she just freaking commands, like she has like this.
I'm salty
just
now.
Comes in like Vegeta.
I'm salty now. Where's Lars, man? Why is Lars doing that?
I know. Where's Lars, man? I want Lars though. I want Lars to be like, "Son into the mirror." Full barrage, let's go.
Oh, Lars just crashes into the ground, and then like Emerald's in between the ship and the ground, and it's like I couldn't stop him, Pink. I'm sorry, no, I couldn't stop him. Echo. I love it.
Damn, you're going really hard with this fanfic.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah. That's dope though. I like that idea too.
Anything with Lars actually.
They didn't come with any. They didn't come with any fucking. How do I say? They didn't come with any other troops. This themselves. That just disappoints me, man. I don't know.
You know what I like about Lars? Like I like the fact that everybody accepted that he was a massive simp chump like loser in the beginning. Everyone accepted it. They like, oh yeah, Lars is lame. And then what happens is he gets that whole arc and we're all like, oh yeah, he's great now. We love him.
Oh, instant. It was instant. I love how instantaneous it was.
And I mean the thing that frustrates me about Lapis and Paul, especially like at the points like in the beginning and stuff, is like you guys like them without any like reason to like them. Like what is this?
Because if you focus on the the awful.
I liked Pearl initially.
But Paul, at the beginning of the show, she didn't.
I like Pearl because for her problems. Like this is. I mean,
but that's the thing. I'm okay. Like I love problems. I love characters that are dealing with issues, and I love characters that don't know how to deal with their issues, right? But a big thing I did not like about her was that she was really like there's this nasty side of Paul that from a good place. Like the whole thing with Amethyst, right? She was really nasty to Amethyst, mostly because she's older than Amethyst. She, to some degree, has played a parental role in Amethyst's life after Rose left.
Yeah, definitely, you get that.
You know what I mean? Like that. But then she starts doing that stuff to a parental figure to Greg. And I know her motivations are different, but it just comes across really nasty. And I didn't like it. And then what happened was she had that whole moment at the end of, I don't know what episode it was. And she just let Steven like hang off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah. Everybody's been on this before. It's Rose's scabbard. I think Paul's been given enough crap for that over the years.
Dude. Like I'm going back to a place I'm not at anymore. I actually like Paul now.
Yeah.
I'm going back to a place where I just despised her. But now I like her. I get her issues, mostly because she absolutely is not responsible for any of this stuff at all.
What I loved about Paul,
I'm more than down to accept that.
Was that there was this awful kind of like spiteful bitterness to her that you just don't see a lot of in cartoons. You know, like especially in kids' cartoons, like you don't see a character like Paul at all. Because I mean, it's so risky to write a character that you can't like. You know.
Understand, like
you mean like Lapis?
Yeah, like Lapis, like Paul, and that's basically the only two.
No, okay. First of all, Pearl's likable because she cares about Steven and the crystal gems.
No, stop it! Even that was an issue for me because I'm like, your love of Steven comes from somebody else completely. You know what I mean? It's like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that part also gave me a fright, like, sort of, like, the whole, and also, like, Paul's kind of a creepo, if you think about it. Like, she watches him in his sleep because it's kind of her lover, but he's still a kid, and it's like, what's wrong with you, Paul? Go home. You know what I mean?
I love how that was important, too, because she had to get the other ones to watch him while he sleeps as well. Like, oh, Steven doesn't want me watching him sleep anymore, so one of you has to do it.
But
Pearl's a creep.
Yeah,
he is.
But it's cool. I like her better than Lapis, way better.
Also, like I think she loves the idea of Garnet. You know what I mean? I think she was
because obviously Garnet's like her replacement Rose. So.
Well, it's actually that's why I like that first episode so much. It's not even a replacement for Rose because like Garnet is what gave him the.
I'm not playing this anymore.
Huh?
Are you guys watching the stream?
What?
I made it to the final boss and I can't kill it, so I'm leaving.
Oh, okay.
So what else should I play?
No, but my whole thing is that like watching that first episode of The Bomb, freaking Pearl likes Garnet because they give him the whole idea for non-same fusion. That whole scene where Pearl tries to fuse with Rose. Like she's a ruby.
So crazy.
Like it was cute, right?
Yeah, it was more than cute. It was like we've never seen Paul and Rose like that before. Like okay, so
I can admit that that's beautiful, but
yeah.
Here's a question that not enough people are asking: did Rose know that Paul loved her and just kind of used that to keep moving things forward, or was she?
Well, I think look. Here's my.
I don't
thing.
think she's oblivious to that. I don't think they understand
for a lot of reasons. For one thing is that to experience something very human. That was one big.
Okay.
from Paul's love because it's something that she was born with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
also kind of uncomfortable.
You know what I mean? That's the same way Rose probably thought about it, in a way where it's like, I appreciate your love. I return it in a different way. But this person never knew I existed. This person lived an entire life before I existed. You see what I'm saying?
Paul is just fundamentally not what Rose wanted.
And not even just fundamentally what she didn't want. She had all of the qualities of somebody that deserved Rose's love. It's just she couldn't give her love to somebody that was born with that. You see what I'm saying?
You can even see her kind of rolling her eyes when
exactly
Paul is speaking to her in such a soft way.
It's like having a conversation with a robot that's programmed to like you.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Like Lapis.
Yeah.
Come on, even though Lapis has her issues, I still liked her being Paradox.
No matter what conversation we have about Steven Universe, Elijah will manage to slide in how little he likes Lapis constantly.
She's awful.
Look, Lapis has good qualities.
It makes me wonder how much patience he'd have for a person like this in reality.
Lapis has good qualities. She just doesn't have redeeming qualities. That's the biggest.
Little to none. Little to no fucking patience.
Wait. What would you do if somebody responded to you with "I felt was"? How would you feel?
In real life, somebody said that, but like
that's what we playing in the background.
I'd be like, "Fuck out of here! What are you, 12? Grow up!"
Elijah heard that line and said, "I'm watching OKKO. I'm done with it."
Yo, OKKO been on it though.
Yeah,
that show is fire. That show is fire.
Have you seen the Point Prep arc where
I've seen every episode of the show.
Oh, you talking about the Point Prep arc?
We're not talking about OKKO. That's not happening. So
is that when we meet the little kangaroo character? Oh, I love. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So what was I gonna say? There's a scene where, you know, Paul starts telling her about all the things she's been imagining, because it's been a running gag in the episode where Rose has been casually saying, "Can you imagine?" And then Paul says, "I can imagine if you'd like me to." But so Paul tells her what she's been imagining about their life together, and, you know, she tells Rose to say, "Tell me to stop." And
I don't think, here's my thing, I think Pearl is more attached to Rose, the Rose version, than Pink, than the idea of Pink. You know what I mean?
Sure.
She's like, she fantasizes more about like the being with the courts than anything else. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like she likes Pink or anything like that.
What I took away from this,
she's legit thirsty for fucking that body type and shit like that.
I mean, I don't think it's just that. No, I was thinking about something
different.
That's
without a B city.
No, I think it's something different. I think it's that Rose, in the same way, like represents like
the accessible version of Pink, I guess.
Not even just that. So it resembles somebody that wants to live a different life, somebody that wants to reinvent themselves and live in a fantasy that otherwise wouldn't exist.
Yeah, that's what made like shattering.
And I think Paul takes that, and what happens is when she's around Rose Quartz, as opposed to being around Pink Diamond, she adopts a new version of herself.
We know that. We know that for a fact. She changes her outfit. She changed it into the renegade mercenary Paul. With the being sword, around Rose, completely liberated. Like she becomes a different person.
Not even being a different person, she becomes a person. She wasn't a person before.
Anything at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a very romantic idea that Rose was proposing to her.
Oh man, so you think they're gonna bring up all that stuff again? Like, oh, that's even Pink's. That's Pink's Pearl.
Well, yeah. You know? They'll probably ask that and find.
They're probably just gonna fucking dredge up all that fucking archetype. You know, fucking hierarchical shit.
Yeah, but what's noteworthy about the scene was that Rose says,
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, Rose says, don't ever stop thinking about this stuff. And people think that's like Rose saying that she loves Paul. That's what people think that meant. But I think it's more of like miscommunication on between Rose and Paul. Like Rose is like saying that she's happy that Paul is imagining things because Paul's never done that before. You know, she's happy that a gem is thinking like this, as opposed to, you know, telling her that she also loves her back. You know.
We have a question in the chat. Do you guys feel that Dar versus is handling their lot better
can you
than
read the questions?
SU right now? I think he's talking about the finales because Star versus Well,
do you guys think Starverse is handling their lot better than no, not at all. Because a lot of the Starverse and the Force of Evil stuff has been brought up only in the last season, and it's all brand new stuff. Whereas Steven Universe has been building up to a lot of this over a long stretch of time.
I haven't watched a lot of Starverses, but I'm assuming a lot of the stuff that it does isn't nearly as high concept as the stuff that Steven Universe is going for.
I'll give it its credit. It's pretty high concept, especially in the most recent season. They've it stopped being kind of a sitcom, which is what it used to be, and become like what Steven Universe is. So that's cool.
It wants that Steven Universe money. It wants
that Steven Universe appeal, and it's gotten it. The show is like blossomed in popularity.
I actually remember listening to I was listening to the Steven Universe podcast as well, and I was hearing Rebecca talk about her show and how much of it she had planned out before the show even was made.
So much.
And that's not even what I'm gushing about. I sit down. It's not necessarily about how can you have all of this planned before. We all know that Rebecca Sugar's amazing. We already know that. It's kind of like a fact. But the thing that kind of did shock me is who let you have all of this and let this become a thing? You know what I mean? Like Cartoon Network has never done anything like this.
Yeah,
and probably never will again.
Well, that's funny because
how crazy this is. This is a show that not only use these quote unquote filler happen in the future, but now it's a full-blown narrative. It's a show that has back-to-back episodes that are feeding off the last one.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
It's like a Game of Thrones, Orange is the New Black sort of story where one episode feeds directly. Honestly, you can't skip any episode of this arc, otherwise you're going to be left in the dark. You know. Where did Bismuth come from? Why is these guys?
Yeah, but to be fair, anybody in the TV universe is not skipping these episodes, right?
Yeah, but then there's also things like kids, because kids can't watch.
They're getting watched no matter what.
Yeah,
and Steven Universe is a kids show, but it's not being watched.
Can I remind everybody about this? You could never complain about you can never complain about getting more episodes because they gave us that Looney Tunes episode and we all accepted it. Let's just remind us. They were like, have this Looney Tunes episode. And we were just like, I'll take it.
Steven Universe's writing and animation really does not lend itself well to that kind of Looney Tunes comedy.
I love Peridot. Fuck you.
I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest with that.
Wait, what cool boys? I'm not going to insult our viewership. No, I'm going to keep that to myself.
What?
Let's see the chat. I want to read these comments. Look at me.
Let me read some of these comments, y'all. Get my phone.
No, but I was gonna say, damn, you guys made me lose track of what I was gonna say. God damn it! Oh my god, it was no. What was it?
Did you guys bone Blue Diamond? Damn, Elijah, you read this?
Yo, let me the chat.
Oh yeah, send it to him, Elijah.
It's just I'll just drop it in the. But I was gonna. God, what was the thing I was gonna say? You freaking threw me off.
Come on, Elijah. I want to hear your points.
Oh, not only that. What was I gonna say is that a lot of creators are really jealous of, of Steven Universe and his success and stuff like that. Every time I see an interview with a creator, for example, every now and then I'll watch Butch Hartman's on YouTube now. And when he talks about Steven Universe, every time he's like, damn, I'm really jealous of Steven Universe. Even though he's animation, he's like an animation veteran, he's still super jealous of Steven Universe.
I was growing up during Butch Hartman's time, and what's his name? Ian Jones Courtney says on the podcast the biggest change in the last 10 years or so of animation is that things are becoming a lot more creator driven, And that was not the case when he was doing his thing. What was going on was he would make the show, but then they'd just be a bunch of episodic episodes that are aborted by a bunch of different people. Whereas Rebecca Sugar really can make these big, intricate plotting that you couldn't have done that back then. The only show that's even comparable at the time for kids was Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, but that wasn't even that far off, really.
Just to sell it how far ahead Rebecca Sugar planned stuff, she posted a picture on Instagram of the Laws of the Stars at design, Laws becoming an off-color, and that was drawn before the show was even on the air.
Yeah, Yeah, but she had been drawing Lars and Sadie like even back in college and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
it's all the details too, like with the scar on his eye and the pink hair. Like she had all of that planned, like from the very beginning, to kill Lars. In fact, she even wanted to do it earlier.
Dude,
oh yeah.
The fact that she got to man, look. Can I just say some shit? Can I just like have a like? It's not even really a run. It's just like a complaint and an odd observation to make. Like it's like the thing that I want to say is that you know those censorship laws they have like on other countries, like trying to add mustaches and shit to Ruby and just kind of like change
that was disgusting.
No. I don't want to talk about that drama in particular. I just want to talk about like the priorities of some people.
Yeah,
it's an issue. But this episode we have Steven
what?
Hey, where'd he go? What'd you do to him?
You cut out, dude. Say it again, Mo. Mo, you're cut out.
Oh god damn.
Damn.
His points are just too good.
Yeah, hello. I was saying that like I'm not even necessarily complaining about that censorship thing. I've already complained about it. What I was gonna say is people's priorities are screwed up. That's the issue. But like this episode, we literally had Steven bring a razor to his face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that to me is something I'd be worried about.
You know that was the exact same razor that Garnet bought for him as a baby.
I saw all the amazing Eastern fans picking up on that.
Yeah. It was the one he got in 3 Gems and a Baby, and he said he'll need it one day. Like it's the same one.
He's still not old enough to use that, by the way. I don't know why they gave that to him.
He's 14, 15.
But yeah, I mean, I guess the other thing is like, since they've redeemed Lars, does that mean they can redeem Ronaldo?
Well, Ronaldo
they don't need to redeem him. He's that boy regardless. I like Ronaldo, man.
Ronaldo doesn't really have flaws that need redeeming, right?
I mean, he's got a girlfriend. He got a girl. Things are working out for him.
Think about Ronaldo, right? Ronaldo, like, if you do not like Ronaldo being trash, you're not gonna like him because that's who he is. He is trash, and him not being trash is him not being Ronaldo anymore. And there's no point. Like that's the joke. He's trash.
In the most recent episodes, they've done him basically perfectly. Like, he just tells Steven to go to the moon, then he exits.
How about when he uncheeses Katana to fight?
Yeah, that was great, too. Like, that's all we ever need from Ronaldo. Those just funny gags.
Just the dumb weeaboo moments.
Yeah. Nothing else is necessary.
Be gone, thought.
Yeah, that was exactly what he was thinking. I don't know why they didn't even let him do it. That would have been awesome. Watch him just go up against this big Akira monster.
Well, his brother saved them. Dude, I like the Bloodstone episode too. I thought it was hilarious. Everybody's hating on it.
Sauce.
Oh my god, it's funny as hell. It's so
I didn't think there was even a single well-done joke in that episode.
That episode had me dying, dude.
It was just too late in the show to be telling that kind of story. What were they thinking?
No way! It was awesome.
Can we?
I love the advertising too. Like a new Crystal Gems joining, and it's like Bloodstone. It's like, oh, this is too edgy to be an actual Crystal Gem, and it's just like it's a Ronaldo. Everybody's just like it's a Ronaldo episode. Oh my god, Bloodstone.
Can we just talk about something for a second? Can we talk about like? These smaller episodes can still be great. Look, till this day, right? One of my favorite episodes of Steven Universe ever, right? Is Beach Party. Like all of the jokes in that episode are just on point. There's not a not funny joke on that episode. That episode has
fucking. I mean, I don't. Would you count Too Short to Ride as a story episode just because it's when Peridot gets her powers? I love that episode. That episode's adorable, dog. Where she gets the blow up alien.
I think I went a bit too far in making Peridot like an unthreatening force. Like
no, she is.
They made her like as ultra cute as they possibly could. Like
oh hell yeah.
Are we not gonna?
You're a fucking monster. You don't think Peridot?
Wait. How are we not gonna address Peridot's like Magneto powers? Like is she never just gonna?
Great. I'm glad that she knows how to actually use them now. Throw cans.
Fucking soda cans. I'll show you.
She could have like got some knives or some like steaks or
They wouldn't have done that. They probably wouldn't have allowed that shit at all.
She put a stake right through friggin' Jasper's heart. Why not?
Yeah.
If I can thank the Steven Universe stuff for one thing, I'm gonna thank them for giving a Dorito address like last episode. That shit is fantastic.
Yeah. They gave her Oscar's dress from Evangelion.
But
that was like Oscar's dress.
That is the dress. Wow. Goddamn.
I love how every single commentary on this episode mentions that dress like it's this crucially important thing.
It's important because Peridot's a cutie and the cutest character.
Yeah, I agree. Peridot's actually my favorite.
And then Connie, and then last, very bottom, Lapis.
Mo, how did you feel about Connie in the fight? Connie, all people were saying that Connie should have gone home.
I feel like she was way too useless for no reason. I feel
yeah,
like
exactly. That's what I thought too. And Connie's smart. Why would she go right for? Why would she jump right at her directly? I thought
because obviously all of her friends are incapacitated. Oh, let me to bring this up. It's weird. Blue Diamond. We've seen her do that. We've seen her.
Why didn't they fuse? I just thought about that. Why did they not fuse to be Stevani?
Yeah, well, we were talking about that too.
Yeah,
he's saying that he even had no intention of fighting. That's why they didn't fuse or whatever. But I think them fusing would have been dope and shit. It would have been amazing.
Yeah, it would have been cool, but it has little. It doesn't have much to do with what the episode is, which is Steven screaming at the Diamond, trying to communicate with them. Honey really didn't have to be in the episode at all, to be honest. It would have just been weird to have her not show up to the wedding.
Yeah, I guess. So.
I don't know.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, Blue Diamond's power, we've seen her have that effect on people before where they tear up when she gets emotional, but
yeah,
this was very different.
He's a debuffer.
This was like, she was like truly incapacitating them with her grief.
She was doing it on purpose. Like sometimes she just overcome and it just comes out,
Yeah.
Now
it seemed like they were in like physical pain, like not just griefing.
You know what's so crazy though? I feel like, Blue Diamond is strong. She's got Kamehameha, she's got Laser Blast, Kai Blast, and shit like that. But I feel like the Diamond should have been way stronger than that. Or at least Yellow Diamond should have been stronger.
Elijah, listen to me. Literally when I came in here, I think the first two things I said were, Lapis had the trashiest line that whole episode. And then the next thing I said was, I almost thought a Diamond got beat by a Bond. Second, the fact that they even did that fake out, the fact that a Bond would keep her down for even 5 seconds is ridiculous.
Let me just remind you what happened. They just went they just took the force of all of the crystal gems and it didn't leave a scratch. And Blue wasn't even fighting that hard. Like, she got a bomb dropped on her, she got a ship dropped on her, and she's just kind of fine. I was like, wait, hold on.
To be fair, I just want to say they're not fighters. They're just very strong and durable.
I was
honestly.
Elijah, they're all Frieza. That's the way I view them. They're all Frieza, every one of them. And I'm like, how do you mess that up? I don't get it.
Their power.
They're not Frieza because they can't destroy the planet. They're not that strong. Okay, let's.
No, but they have control over that. They're like essentially intergalactic. What are they called?
Warlords.
Exactly. I was gonna say warlords. They own all of these things, and also the reason they own these things is because nobody can stand up to them because of their raw power. In the same way, Frieza has never trained. Like
they use their resources. If this was an invasion, they would have brought an invasion force. Now that I think about it, they thought the Earth was gonna be destroyed. No need to bring an invasion force. They just come themselves.
I'm riding a corkscrew through space.
What?
I'm riding a corkscrew through space. You missed it.
I see it.
It was great.
I feel like I need to sit down and talk to someone that wrote this episode.
Do you feel that Ghost Steven sequence was rushed? No, I feel like the part where the diamonds show up are rushed. Like I was saying before, I feel like Steven tearing up should have been a sign that the diamonds were coming, but they weren't just already there. You know what I mean? Like they just show up from the clouds, and I'm just like, it should have been they should have been a couple hours away or something like that. It gave them some time to prep and build up and build up some fear and anticipation. This was just like we're here, guys. Time. You have no other choice but to fight. Let's do it.
I just thought of something. Imagine if all of this was a summer of Steven. Imagine if like everything from like the beginning when we
from season 5
when we first see when we see Pink Diamond for the first time up until now, that kind of being like a summer of Steven.
That's John.
That would have been dope.
That would have been cool, but
from the trial onward would have been way better.
The break in between A Single Pale Rose and the next one was good. Like that was exactly as long as we needed to accept that truth. Like I don't know how I would have responded to the episode if we just
I don't know how I would have dealt with just watching like. I feel like if that was a summer of Steven, like it would have been like if you
the hell too fast.
Even just that, if you've watched all the episodes, the one person that missed all those episodes that one summer would come back to a completely different show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it'd be so like so much has happened.
Yeah, I feel you.
So yeah, Mo, what do you want? What do you want moving forward from the show?
I should answer that probably. What do I want moving forward? I want a Parador and Lapis fusion.
Yay! Fuck out of here, dog.
I meant like plot.
You come in here betray me like this? I invite you into the stream. You betray me?
Listen, Elijah.
A Lapis and Parador fusion could fly. It could take the ocean. It could grab metal.
Listen, Elijah. If they fuse, maybe Lapis will start being. I don't know. Listen, I want to see the. Look. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm looking at this on the most basic level ever. I want to see the blue one fuse with the green one. That's what I want, man. Like, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want the blue skill to fuse with the green skill. Come on, that's what I want.
I do appreciate. I know what you're saying. I kind of want that too, but
this
would be the right time for them to fuse.
I want the green one to fuse with the blue one. That's all I want.
I look forward to their new designs as well.
So I want Smokey to come back. I want Smokey back. Give me Smokey.
Her name's not Smokey Quartz anymore, is it?
Yes, it is.
She's like Smokey
Diamond.
Shit. Smokey Universe, more like it.
Smokey Universe. And Rainbow Diamond.
Okay, no. Okay, I want Rainbow Quartz to come back with this time a dude. I want that to come out. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so if Steven fused with Paul, would he create Rainbow Quartz?
Rainbow something.
Also, what else do I want?
His configuration is quartz, so yes, it'll still be quartz.
I want Lawless to come back to Earth, if that's a thing. I want that little mini arc.
Where do you want this storyline with the diamonds on Earth to go?
Where I'd like it to go is probably to have like the least amount of misunderstandings as possible. But what I know from writing, the most misunderstandings you have, the better the conflict is. Therefore, the better the payoff could eventually be by the end of it. So I'm guessing it's gonna go as worse as it possibly can. You know, as bad as it possibly can. Well, and then it's gonna eventually.
Again, you want to just watch the promo now?
Get to me, man. I'll check it out.
Yeah,
you ever seen the promo yet?
I can no. I'll just put the promo on my screen. I'll put it on, and we can watch it together.
All right.
Let me go to the stream. Give me a sec.
Because I kind of want to watch it again as well.
1 sec. Yeah. Let me get the shits.
Okay.
And let's go.
Yeah, here's the promo. Here's the promo.
Oh, Pink! You've been here all along. I don't have any of Pink or Rose's memories.
How did you even survive? We blasted the planet and obliterated every gem on its surface.
They weren't exactly obliterated.
Steven Universe. The story will continue on your Cartoon Network.
What do you think about that, Mo?
This is gonna be the best episode ever.
Yeah, man. Now you know where that's going immediately, but I don't
listen.
Yeah, we still don't know really the ramifications of that.
No, Stefani, sorry. Centipedal is fucking fantastic. I love that little story for a lot of reasons. And I mess with it.
Damn stuff.
I'm so I'm not conflicted because I'm happy about it, but I'm just so truly thrown for a loop that the diamonds are being buddy with the gems.
They're not buddy.
Wait.
They really just. I feel like they're not gonna say anything in that episode because if they speak, the diamonds are just gonna like, truce over.
Why? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Didn't the Lost Centipedal episode confirm that she's melanated? Like she's a black gem? That's just fine.
Yeah. She has black arms.
I'm looking forward to it if it turns out the way I want it to. Look. I feel like here's my whole thing. While I can look at an episode and tell you what's good about, what's bad about it, I think asking me what I want is kind of a dangerous game for a lot of reasons. I'm too much of a fan. You know what I mean? I'm too much of a fan.
What you want, you may end up not liking it as well.
It might just be garbage, to be honest. If I go what I want, nobody would be happy, and I probably wouldn't be happy either. To be honest,
you want an orgy with all the centipedals.
I never wanted the reunited like this. To be perfectly honest. Because it's too much.
What happened then, Elijah?
I told you, Lars.
Oh, right. Yeah, but that's kind of a minor detail, because ultimately that would have still ended the same way with the reveal of Pink Diamond and stuff. Like,
yeah, that would have been fine with me. So,
I want Bismuth to stick around. I don't want a bullshit reason as to why she can't be around.
Bismuth's either going to get shattered or she's going to hit the road. She's gonna go back to her home planet. She's going to do whatever. They cannot afford to keep that voice actress around.
Also, can we at least get one, Sugalite appearance with a voice line? Come on, like one.
Nah. She bounced too. She cashed her check and she bounced.
Cost too much money for fucking Nicki Minaj? Yeah. Hell no, not anymore.
Why can't you get bootleg Minaj? The one that sounds just like her down the road. Come on, just
you like that, little man? Bootleg Minaj.
Oh, look, man. She didn't even say enough for people to be like, that's not the song. Like, that's not the Sugalite I knew. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know
I
the
hate
Sugalite.
those awkward silent fusions appearances whenever they don't want to get the voice actress back in. So,
but sometimes they don't need those stuff. Some of the fusions. Sugalite could come back, but she probably wouldn't say shit.
I imagine the reason that Nicki Minaj they decided to do that in the first place is because it's written into the plot that Sugalite is a bad idea and they should never fuse into her.
Wait a second. Are Ruby and Fi gonna go on a honeymoon? Is that gonna happen? Can we have that? Can they just go, dude?
We wouldn't be able to follow them unless they bring Steven along in their little suitcase.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to Ocean Town for the week.
And I love them being married. Are those rings going to be there forever? Like, is Garnet forever just going to have the rings? Could that be a thing?
She's definitely going to have the rings forever.
Oh, God. She's just going to look like even more of a boss. Like, think about that.
They'll take the form of knuckle dusters when she's wearing the
imagine the rings are going to be on the gauntlets. Come on. Think about this.
Yeah, knuckle dusters.
Bro. R.I.P. Jamie, Doug.
Screw Jamie.
Oh, my God. When him and Mad Dude were dancing together.
Fucking sad, dog. He's like, my thick queen. You couldn't have her. You just couldn't handle it.
I saw Garnet dance and I was like, hold up. I couldn't deal with that. It's like, oh my God, you got invited to the wedding and showed up, and it's just like, damn, it's never gonna happen.
This is wrong.
Steven probably invited him because he brings the mail. That's it. You know who wasn't there? Was Sadie there?
Yeah, she was there. She was there with her mother.
Okay.
She was.
All right. I just had to double check. I was like, that would have been better, Lars. Let's go.
I just remember another moment I like, not this Stephen Bomb, just we haven't talked in a while, but I really mess with Nana Four being the mayor of Beach City. I think she deserves it. I think she makes the most sense. Also, I love Nana Four. I think she's amazing.
Yeah, her dancing was fantastic.
Oh my God. And like Nana Four showing.
I love how she was dancing with the aides. Like, why would she even need to do that?
Oh my God. I love Nana Four.
She's flexing on a fucking Mayor Dewey.
Yeah, exactly. She's just showing off, I think.
Flexing on him, dog. Fucking making him mad different.
We do it with Fish New Visa, and then she's like, oh yeah, and you can do this, and you can do that. And the Mad Dewey's like, what do I do? Why do you have to make everything awkward? Come on, man. Go does Mad Dewey. Like, you know what? Mad Dewey does not get the sympathy arc. He doesn't get that great arc.
This motherfucker works at the Big Donut now. He works for Mr. Smiley now, dog.
Elijah, I'm gonna be so salty if they give him the arc where he gets to be mayor again. I'm gonna be so mad.
Satisfied with working at the Big Donut, though. Like he didn't seem.
He's
like
not. He's not satisfied. He's got what he deserves. He's not satisfied. He's content. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. He's not even content. He's not even there. He's salty. He's salty as hell and he's depressed. That's what it is.
Yeah. Probably.
Buck don't give a single shit. That's the funniest thing. Like Buck's like, oh, I hate you, old man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think we've basically said everything there is to say about this arc. I don't really know what I want from the show moving forward. Like, I'm truly
What's that to indicate?
Obsessed.
As soon as we talk about Buck, the conversation is over. It's crazy.
Well, what actually happened was I opened Just Eat on my phone, and I realized that the pizza would probably get here around the time that the stream would wrap up. So I was setting it in motion. But yeah, what I don't know. I don't know what's happening next. I don't know what I want to happen next. I guess I'd be happy with Steven going to Homeworld. But I don't. I'm also scared that the show's just kind of end like abruptly.
It's not, unless somebody dies.
No, like Rebecca. No, even if they died, I'm sure she's done enough work at this point that it wouldn't matter. Like she said, they work very in advance.
I see.
Well, I guess we're done here. That's the end of the Steven universe.
We're done.
That's the end of the
Lapis
Steven
and shit.
I finished my game. If you guys didn't notice, Mickey and Donald are walking back.
Oh,
home.
okay. I see how it is.
So yeah, I guess we're done. We can all get some food. You guys can go to bed.
Lapis is trash, man. It's like 2 p.m. for me, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
time
it's 2
zones.
Oh, okay, it's 2 p.m.
Also, I just want to say one last thing. You can keep this in stream or cut off stream if you want. You guys are cool. We should talk more often. Hit me up whenever something cool happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all.
I was hoping Jimmy would come in, even though he doesn't like Steven Universe. I haven't heard of a live stream in a long time. What are you laughing about? What's so funny? I'll clip this and send it to him if you're laughing at him.
Jimmy won't touch Steven Universe.
Also, Jimmy doesn't need a clip of Elijah laughing. He's got enough recordings of him laughing.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man, hey, maybe you should send him that Gorilla God reference from Amethyst's episode. Maybe he'll watch Steven Universe.
Oh
then.
yeah, I noticed that. That was cool. So
yeah, or setting the goddamn Lapis episode where they're playing baseball. He's like, "Oh look, shorts. This is my thing now."
All right, let's wrap this up. It's getting out in the weeds.
Fucking Lapis is trash.
Yeah.
She is.
All right,
fucking raccoon.
How do I? Yeah, here we go. Good night, everybody.